This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for August 11th, 2023. It's currently June 25th, 2023, 8:51 p.m. Eastern Time. And the shuffle file we're about to play was created on June 16th, 2023 at 11:20 p.m. Eastern Time. That's this video right here. So the overall theme and behavior for the day, that's more like it, guys. We have a sideways fluctuating decline that precedes a rally, and it looks like this theme card holds up pretty well in the standard SO meta kind of strategy. We likely open lower here, significantly lower with this death card, which was also a cross-reading congruency. The double X and this labradorite chip. These all are indications of a big move here to the downside to a low right around the open. And then probably a little bit more decline even out of the open, but that turns into a rally around 945, 950. Pretty big move to the upside, and then around 10 o'clock we have another big move to the downside off of a peak or crest to a low again between 10 and 11. And then between 11 and 12 roughly we have a move to the upside. We break through resistance on a one-day kind of scale. We stay above it briefly, and then we break back down through the same price level shortly thereafter, taking us into another low there through when we've declined through multiple support levels. Trough around 1 o'clock, and out of that trough there's a notable trade opportunity in that trough. I'll talk about it in more detail in just a moment. Out of that trough there's a rally along a diagonal trend line, breaking through horizontal resistance and meet a second resistance before pulling back to somewhere between those two price levels there between the 1 to 2 o'clock hour, taking us into a high that we see for the day somewhere between 2 and 3. Notable reversal at failed attempt to break key resistance, followed by a decline through key support, and then it looks like another prominent move somewhere starting in the last half hour after that failed attempt to break through key resistance near the high, and then a decline through key support. Out of that, there's a prominent move higher into the close, followed by a full retracement of that move. So at the close, it looks like probably a highest high. We revisit a crest there, so it might be the same high as a previous one or a higher one. But I would say that's a good opportunity there to get into a short position. As far as the other trades throughout the day, so I'd probably close a short position first thing in the morning. In the midst of a decline, you could open up a long position. Not a scalp, excuse me, but a long position. So you could either do like when you open that long position in the midst of the decline, you could close it at that long position probably around just a little bit after 10 o'clock. If I'm wrong about that, close that at the end of the day, but you could probably get away with a bullish scalp here if you wanted to. In the midst of that crest or peak around 10 o'clock, you could open up a short position and close that short position at a low and trough somewhere around like 1 o'clock. After a decline through multiple support levels, and decline through multiple support levels that comes from a sort of like move higher through resistance, and then a break back down through that same price level, turning into this decline into a trough here at 1 o'clock. That's where I would exit the short. And then the more speculative, because it's longer, you're holding it for longer, but the more speculative play for a day trade would be to close the long position at the end of the day here. But in any case, probably here's where I would open up some protection or open up a short position right at the close in the midst of a prominent move higher or revisiting of a crest or peak in anticipation of a lower open the following day. And most likely our lowest price level like thus far for the month on the 14th. We'll talk about that in more detail when we get into the prediction for the 14th. So that's the S&P 500 for August 11th. As always, make sure to follow that rule of karma, guys. It's not so much the amount of money. It doesn't matter if it's $1. It doesn't matter if it's $100,000. What matters is following the rule of karma. The rule of karma will guarantee, it will ensure that you are in the right state of mind, the right vibrational frequency to be manifesting more wealth towards yourself. How does that work? 5% of the profits should be donated forward to one of these charities. So if the profits that you make from the information on this channel, paid or free, 5% of the profit should be donated forward to one of these charities, guaranteeing abundance mentality in your own mind. 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel here, as guaranteeing gratitude mentality as a thank you. And that leaves you at 90%. Make sure to spend that 90% out of love, keeping your conscience clear. Have those three in combination, and you'll manifest wealth tenfold through this channel, my friends. The universe will send it to you for being an angel investor. Blessings, my friends. I'll see you guys on the next one.